Hey guys, it's Landon with RH. This is the first video in a set of videos that I'm going to do that show you how we set up a job GIS for monument preservation. I want to just warn you at the top here that these videos are the videos in this set are going to repeat some of the content in my other videos, and I was kind of on the fence about doing that, but I think it's going to be helpful for my people here at RH to just see this all in a single set of videos that they can watch kind of in a sequence. So I'm doing this to help my folks, but I'm going to go ahead and post these on YouTube because it might help some other folks. But I do want to let you know that I'm going to duplicate some content here. So that's my favorite word. So that's my favorite word whisker. I've got the job open on our data drive, what we call our data drive, and I'm in the GIS folder. This is our QGIS template that we created for State Plane Zone 3, which is the zone we're working in. I'm going to rename this to MPF, Master Project File. Then I'm going to go ahead and open this up in QGIS. We're using version 3.4. It's just a blank, it's a blank project, or pretty close to a blank project. In almost all of our GIS projects, job GIS projects, in QGIS, we have two basic base layers for almost all of our jobs. That's a county parcel layer, land parcel layer, and some type of orthophotography layer. It could be our own orthophotography, it could be orthophotography we've downloaded from the USGS, it could be orthophotography that we've purchased. So in this case, we're going to use some orthophotography that we've got from the USGS and the county parcel layer. I don't know why, but that's not. Let's see here. I don't know why that's not. Maybe that is opening. Okay. So what I need to do first is I need to reproject the rasters that my guys downloaded. So they downloaded some raster data. It's 1 foot 2013 imagery from USGS Earth Explorer, but it's not in the right mapping projection or coordinate reference system. It's in UTM Zone 10, and we needed it in state plane. So I'm going to come into the data folder under reference, raster, and these are the folders with the UTM data. First of all, I'm going to delete this projected folder. So I don't really want these here. And so part of the reason why I'm doing this video is so I can show my guys how I want the data organized. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these. These are the raw UTM Zone 10 downloads. So I'm going to go up to GIS. That's why we have this task folder. So I'm going to make a new task folder in here. I'm going to call it 01 ortho transform. And I'm going to go ahead and just paste those in here because that's not going to be the final data that we use for the project. And I'll come back into QGIS here, and we're going to go ahead and load those layers. So we're going to go to layer, add layer, raster, and I'm going to go grab those layers, grab those image files. So here's the first one. So we'll add that, and then we're just going to repeat that 3 more times, maybe 2 more times, because I think I accidentally deleted one of the folders. So I'm going to be fired for that. Okay, I think that's everything we need. So I accidentally deleted this tile here, but I think that's everything we need for the project. So our project is actually right. Let's see, our project is in this area here. So we've got enough. Okay, so I want to explain this because I'm not sure if my people understand this. So we've got these images loaded, but they're in UTM Zone 10. So even if you import these into a state plane project, they're still the source image files are still in UTM Zone 10, even though QGIS might be reprojecting those or transforming those what we call on the fly. So let's go see what map projection we're in here. It should be state plane Zone 3, but those don't look like Zone 3 coordinates to me. Okay, so this is set to Zone 4. Let's see. Is it Zone 4? Oh no, it's not in a projection, so that's a problem. We got to fix that problem in the template. So I need EPSG 2227 Zone 3 feet. So I'm going to hit apply. And you notice when I do that now you can see I'm 6 million by 2 million, so I'm getting survey feet, state plane coordinates. But even though those coordinates are displaying like that, the images, I haven't done anything to change the source image files, the CRS of the source image files, coordinate reference system. Just QGIS is just doing an on-the-fly reprojection. So I'm going to go ahead and save my project. So what we want to do is we want to reproject these files to state plane Zone 3. So to do that, we're going to right-click on these, and we're going to say Export, Save As, and we're going to choose Rendered Image. GeoTIFF is fine for file format. And then we're going to come into our folder here, and we're going to go into our task folder, and we're going to call this USGS Ortho Tile 01. That's kind of a standard naming convention. And then I'm actually going to put, my partner likes to put the zone on there. So we're going to say CSP CZ3 US foot. And then we need to choose that. This is really important. You got to make sure you choose that coordinate reference system for your CRS here. And then we're going to say OK. It's going to take it a little bit, but it's right in the data out there. And you're going to see it adds that new tile. So if I turn this one off, I've still got that image now has been reprojected. And so we're just going to go down and do that again. And I'm not going to pause the video because I want you guys to be able to see that again in case you missed it. Rendered image, file name. We're going to call this one tile 2. And we're going to pick our zone, Zone 3. We'll write that one out. Okay, we'll do one more. Export, save as, rendered image. File name, we're going to call this tile 3. Save, Zone 3 feet, and we'll hit OK. And so all of our images have been reprojected now. But I'm going to actually take all of these now and I'm going to remove them out of the project. And then I'm going to save my project because we want to put those reprojected image files in their correct locations. So I'm going to cut them here in Explorer. I'm going to go back into the data folder of this GIS job. And we're going to go into reference data, raster. And then I like to put a little subfolder in here. So I'm going to call this USGS 2013. And then we'll paste these in. And now we can add those images from the correct location at my shop. At our shop, I should say our shop. I'm going to grab all three of those at once. And because they're in the right projection, QGIS doesn't have to reproject them on the fly. And so we've got what we need here. You can see down here, I'm 6 by 2 million. So we'll save that. Okay, I'm going to do one other thing here. I'm going to make a group, which is like a folder. And I'm going to call that USGS 2013 Orthos. And then I'm going to grab these 3 files and drop them in here, because now I can turn those on and off and move them as a group. And you can see this is pretty good imagery. It's 1 foot. It's fairly good for publicly available imagery. Okay, so that's going to wrap up this step. The next step, save my project here. The next step is to add and crop the county parcel data. And then we basically have what we call our 2 base layers. Okay, and that data is going to be stored in the reference folder, because it's not our data, right? It's reference data. And then we're going to have some other data. We're going to have some control points and some monument points, some monuments at risk points. They're going to go in the homegrown folder, because that's going to be our data specific to this job, and I'll probably record those videos as well. So that'll wrap up this video. The next video, I'll show you how to import the county parcel data and trim it. And then at the end of that video, we'll have our base layers. Our base layers will be set.